uneducated people that continue to feed into the whole idea that those aren't the real Jews that are over there that are in the state of Israel. Those people that believe that. My question to you is, who is then? Who's the real Jews? Are you going to say the Hebrew Israelites are? Are you going to say that black people in America are the real Jews? Because that's the twist. And the Hebrew Israelites were the ones who began this shift and began this twist. And you notice when it comes time for Israel to strap up and go to battle, the black American who claim to be the real Jews don't strap up against the Palestinians. They're not telling the Palestinians that they're the Jews. The ones that's getting persecuted for being Jews that are in the land that the Bible says they would be in is the Jews. That's common sense and reality. But your conspiracy left-wing theories fail to produce who the real Jews are. If they are, say it in the comments. If there's another group of people besides who's over there now, who's the real Jews, tell me in the comments who they are.
This is your brain on Hebrew Israelite doctrine. Any questions?
That's what the verse says. You gotta keep the law, brother.
Repent, Israel!
Keep the commandment.
This is your brain. This is your brain on Hebrew Israelite doctrine. Any questions?
That's what the verse says. You gotta keep the law, brother.
Repent, Israel!
Now see, a lot of these Hebrew Israelite camp groups, they gonna get exposed too. Cause see, one thing that we don't like is liars, right? So if everybody getting exposed for having a hand in our slavery, we finding out that we ain't just the Hebrews, we the American Indians too. Two things can be possible at the same time, right? So why is they steady holding on to this lie that Hispanics is niggas, but they don't never talk about the Afro-Hispanics? They don't never show you the Hispanic people or the Afro-Latinos with the Afro. They go straight to the Japhet Ashkenaz looking motherfuckers. You next?
Technically identified as the head of a half-black household, so...
Yes.
So I mean, probably, you know what I mean?
Wait, but and the thing is, a half-black household is a black household.
Thank you.
So you kind of are the head of a black household.
Yeah, I just said I technically made a black.
We must stay focused, brothers.
Did you say you made a black person?
Technically, I did.
He's right. I mean, no.
Yeah, no, I could never say that.
No. He made a black person.
Absolutely.
Hey, how do you Israelites like that? He made a black person. This guy.
Like that? Y'all ain't even done that. How about that?
Yeah, some of you guys haven't done that.
How about that? I'm making more heaven-bound people, and you are not.
Wow. He's kind of cooking right now.
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch. Your thoughts ain't my thoughts. Bitch, I'm flowing straight from the survival scroll. Cut that bitch off. Next caller. I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch. Your thoughts ain't my thoughts. Bitch, I'm flowing straight from the survival scroll. Cut that bitch off. Next caller.
This is the book of St. Matthew's, chapter 5, starting off at verse 9. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of the Most High. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. Kol Holayim La, Abanawa, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rekat, Chodash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the Akim out there on the highways and the byways. Salutations to the hopeful elect. Salutations to you speckled birds, you Israelite foreigners. And shalom to the Akwaf, sitting and listening in silence as the scriptures say to do so. St. Matthew's chapter 5, starting off at verse 9. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of the Most High. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. And it's part of the employment, it's part of the vocation that we have to deal with these things, man. Our people have literally partaking, shed the blood, persecuted, slayed the prophets time and time over and over again. And it's no different than what's going to be brought forth this time, man. Okay, because our people are not seeking righteousness. Our people are seeking the philosophies, the indoctrination, the customs, the ways of this world, man. So for truth to finally flourish and prosper and to conquer and annihilate the lies and the deceit, the fraud, it's a problem. It's an issue because, again, our people, they embrace and have comfort with the fraud, the deceit, the lies. So for us to stand up in righteousness and literally speak and break down the true understanding of the Bible through the power and spirit and words of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, we're hated. And furthermore, why Yahweh Shai is hated? Because the true understanding of our Bible is being educated not only to our people, but to all heathen nations and everybody else, man. Okay? So, the persecution, the evil that's falsely spoken against us, again, it's a part of the vocation, part of the employment, part of our calling that is given to us from Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, and again, through history, it is shown time and time over and over again that our people and the heathen have slain, executed, okay, done all types of tremendous, diabolical, treacherous, vile things to the prophets, man. Okay, so in this last captivity, our people have to answer for all that bloodshed, man. Okay, what did they say? What did they say when they wanted Yahweh Shai crucified, man? Or they chose Barabbas, if that's the dude's name I'm thinking about. Barabbas, Salaki. They chose Barabbas. And what did they say? They said his blood be on us and our children, man. So you got to answer for that crucifixion for Yahweh Shai too. Okay? Point blank period, man. So it's a part of again, it's a part of the calling, part of the position, the lot Adawan Ratazah that we're in as the men of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, and as you already saw and as you already know, these are a few clips from the beloved elder Manatazak Ba's channel. The spirit, jumped on me while I was reading, while I was studying. It's going to be the next day. So yesterday, when I was studying, reading through the Gospels and, a few things acknowledged in my spirit. And, that's when, Elder Manatazak Ba's channel came in mind. And said, hey, let's grab a few of his clips and, do a real quick epistle. And I don't want to write this out. It's edifying. So let's continue, man. Because it's part of we're going to be persecuted. Right now we're being persecuted through lies, slander, false accusations, etc. But it's going to come to a point that they're going to want to place hands on the prophets. They're going to want to delete us, and amongst other things too, man. If they had the decree, the acknowledgement, and the green flag to do so, they would do it, man. Trust and believe, man. So this is Proverbs chapter 3, verse 30, and I'm going to read this in the CSB. Don't accuse anyone without cause. So as it says in the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1 on down, it's a time for everything. So right now is a time to speak. It's a time to be spiritual. And it also states through various precepts that we're not supposed to be carnal. We're supposed to be spiritual. Okay, so as we know and as we see amongst our people mainly, and also amongst the Edomites and all other heathens, again, as I read in prior, we're getting evil spoken against us falsely. Okay, slanders, lies, deceits. The finger, all types of fingers is being pointed at us. And what's that worldly saying? You point one finger at us, and you got 10 fingers pointed right back at yourself. Okay, somewhat of that nature. Okay, but again, Proverbs 3 verse 30 in the CSB. Don't accuse anyone without cause. Okay, and there's really no cause because, again, we're spiritual men and all we're doing is prophesying. We're edifying. We're condemning. We're breaking down the scriptures, okay, that have not been, okay, spoken and broken down correctly until the Lord has arisen his prophets, and also too until Yahushua has broken those seals, man. And those seals have been broken. If you want to get a thorough understanding of the Bible, you have to go to the prophets of Israel, because the prophets of Israel, the Lord used, okay, the men of his inheritance to write these various chapters, these various words that he spoke to them. And only the Israelites can break down the Bible, the prophecies, the understanding, everything. And furthermore, only the remnant, the elect. Okay? Point blank, period, man. And furthermore, too, also, not being proud, not being anything of that nature. But if you want to get a thorough understanding of the Bible, you need to come to GMS, man. Point blank, period, man. Okay? So again, Proverbs 3 verse 30 in the CSB. Don't accuse anyone without cause when he has done you no harm. And we're not doing no harm to nobody. I mean, you know, it does say in various precepts, Hebrews 4 verse 12, in the book of Jeremiah, there's 2 precepts. Okay, and also in the book of Hosea, you know, just roughly thinking of some off the top, it does say that the words of the Lord are sharper than any two-edged sword, you know, and his words is like a fire. So we know, you know, it pierces your spirit and it affects you and it conflicts you, because our people are wicked, man. And a lot of these people in the world, you know, these heathens, they're wicked, man. So the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushua can pierce your mental and your spirit, man. Okay, but we're not physically causing no harm, man. Okay, point blank, period, man. We're out here preaching and teaching as instructed from and by Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. Okay, but let's continue, man. Let's go to the book of 1 Peter. Okay. And you know, when you reread stuff, when you study and you reread, man, you know, the Lord reveals more and more every time, man. It's a beautiful time to be alive, man. And, you know, we take things serious too, man. So this is the book of 1 Peter chapter 3. I'm going to read verses 16 to 17. Having a good conscience, okay, and that describes the prophets, because we have a good conscience to do what's acceptable and pleasing to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and we actually care for our people. This is true love, even though it's tough love, even though we were not regarding and here to coddle your feelings. No, we're here to give it to you raw and uncut, no filter, man. And you should be feeling some type of way, because the Lord feels some type of way, man. Because you wake up, go about your everyday business and disrespect Yahweh Shem Yahushua when he has given you life, man. Okay, 1 Peter 3 verse 16. Having a good conscience, that whereas they speak evil of you, and again, it's nothing new. You see multiple videos on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, false accusations, speaking evil against the true prophets. Okay, even you got so-called men that claim they're in the truth and claim they're doing the pleasure, the will, the bidding of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, that speak against the true prophets, man. That slander, false accusations, etc. So it's not only the 2/3; it's also jakes that claim they in the truth and jakes that claim that they men of the Lord, man. Okay, that whereas they speak evil of you, as of evildoers, that as of evildoers, they may be ashamed that falsely accuse your good conversation in Hamashiach, because that's all it is, man. Because, you know, you have to have the fear, you have to be sincere, you have to have the humility, you have to be diligent. And again, it's going back into studying, man. You know, what did Yahushua say? Blessed is he that readeth, man. Okay, and also too, study to show thyself approved, man. And what did also Yahushua say in the book of St. Mark, chapter 8, verse 38? Blessed is he that's not offended in me and my words, man. Because we speak the words of Yahweh by Yahushua, man. And a lot of these simple niggas, because that's what they truly are, they're niggas. They still indulge in niggerdom. They nitpick what they like. They nitpick to take things and accept things for their delight, man. They don't eat the whole roll and consume the whole roll and digest it and dissect it. They neglect a lot of the scriptures, man. Okay, and you have a lot of these jakes that panhandle to women, man. Again, why is that? Why? For money, man. More women, because you know women in the 501c3 churches, they making these Babylonian pastors rich because they paying their tithes. So the more women they get in their congregation, the more money, man. So yeah, again, a lot of these jakes are not serious, man. They're still of this world because they want this world to continue, man. Okay, verse 17, 1 Peter 3, verse 17. 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 17. Salakia, for it is better if the will of the Most High be so that ye suffer for well-doing than for evil-doing. Do you hear that? I'm going to read that again. 1 Peter verse 3, 16 from the top. Having a good conscience, that whereas they speak evil of you, as of evildoers, they may be ashamed that falsely accuse your good conversation in Hamashiach. And they're going to be ashamed, and the Lord's going to put them to shame, man. Okay? Verse 17, for it is better if the will of the Most High be so that he suffer for well-doing than for evil-doing. And, we take it in the chin, man. Because we give you the understanding of the scriptures 144%, whether you like it or not. Okay? Point blank, period. So the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai can be glorified, can be acknowledged, given reverence. So if you again, your problem is not with us. Your problem is with Yahweh Yahweh Shai, man. Okay, but let's continue, man. Because you know what we doing, man? Amongst 2/3 of our people, and again, so-called Israelites in the truth, because they're not right. They're still of the world, man. They haven't fully grafted themselves out of the world and in the truth, man. Okay? This is Isaiah 59 verse 15. Yea, truth faileth. Again, because the truth is coming out. Okay, it's roughly paraphrasing the book of 2nd Esdras chapter 6. And the truth shall flourish, which have been so long without fruit. Roughly paraphrasing, man. Okay? So this is and also too, in the book of Isaiah chapter I believe 30, they say what? Tell us lies, tell us a deceit. Don't prophesy what's right. Roughly paraphrasing, man. Okay, because Israel's wicked as hell, man. And not just the 2/3 so-called niggas, because that's what they truly are, that that are claiming they in the truth, man. Okay, Isaiah 59 verse 15. Yea, truth faileth, and he that departed from evil maketh himself a prey. And that's what the true predestinated worshipers do. They depart from evil. They completely transform and renew their mind and their spirit. They're continuously being sanctified and purified by the word, stripped of those layers of leaven from their vessel, man. Because this is a process. It's not just a one-day thing, a week, a month, 1 year. It's a process. It takes time. Okay? Continuing on. And Yahweh, by Shem Yahweh Shai, saw it, and it displeased him, and there was no judgment. Because again, let's say ISUPK, they talk all that bold, slanderous shit about the beloved elder apostle Tahar, the elder apostles, elder bishops on down. But yet they'll go sit down with these wacky tacky Christians, whether they be Jakes or Edomites, shake hands, have a good time, laugh, and shoot the shit. But yet the men that's actually out here sacrificing, just like you're supposed to be sacrificing. But again, 501c3 charter, you made a covenant with the damn devil. You're really not about the truth, man. Talking about we worship the nigga god and wearing all black. Still doing drugs and shit. But you'll hold hands with the devil because you still are of it. Why do you think Yahweh Shai said it and said, ye are of your father the devil, and he abideth not in the truth? Roughly paraphrasing. He's talking about Israelites that know they Israelites. And that still stands firm today, especially for jakes that say they in the truth, that say they preach and teach the 100% truth, that say they break it down, man. And the Lord's going to have a judgment for that, man. Okay? So let's close out, man. The point is made. I ain't going to beat a dead horse, because the Lord see what we go through. And we're going to continue to move forward. Adawan Ratazah, prosper. Okay? And feed the Lord's sheep. And condemn those that need to be condemned. And, Adawan Ratazah have a crown waiting for us, man. With a new body. Lord willing. This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 2. And I'm going to read verses 13 to 15. For this cause also thank we the Most High without ceasing. So we thank continuously when we wake up, when we going somewhere. Us being revealed more and more when we study, and giving more understanding. Getting the meal. Being able to keep our head above water. We thank the Most High for everything, whether it be small or great. Okay, as the beloved elder apostle Tahar stated and said, you got to embrace not only the good times, but the bad. Because the bad times keep our asses in check, keep us on point. And it also shows that the Lord loves us. It also shows for us to always examine ourselves. And amongst other things too. So I'm not going to go to a whole spiel, but you should already know. Continuing on. 1 Thessalonians 2 verse 13. For this cause also thank we the Most High without ceasing, because when ye received the word of the Most High, which ye have heard of us, okay, the prophets, ye received it not as the word of men. Okay, because we're not speaking the word of men. We're speaking the holy words, the holy breakdowns, the true understanding from on high, from Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, speaking through his men, giving you the nutrients, the minerals, everything that you need to get by, like Yahweh Shai stated, and Job. Okay, man shall not live only by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the Most High's mouth. And guess what? We are the Most High, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai's mouth. Okay, which ye have heard of us, ye received it not as the word of men, but as in but as it is in truth. So you're getting the truth, and guess what? People don't want to hear the truth, because this truth, you are commanded to change. You have to change. You have to not acknowledge the error of your ways. You can't be come as thou wilt. Be the same simple nigga, same simple boss bitch that you are in the world, and come into this truth, man. You cannot connect and gravitate the customs, the philosophies, the traits of this world into the truth, man. Okay, you got to become a new vessel. All right. The word of the Most High, which effectively worketh also in you that believe. So none of our people believe. And also too, man's goings are of the Lord. The Lord has blocked off a lot of people from receiving this truth. The Lord has a bone to pick with a lot of our people in Israel, man. Okay, the judgments that which I'm gonna get back on my judgment videos, but the Lord directed me to do how He directed me to do things. So it is what it is. But I don't want to route this out. I'll get back on the judgment videos here and there. But these people don't believe, man. So these people that don't believe, man, the Lord got something for them, man. And these are the same people from over and over again, captivity and captivity, that have always been disobedient, disrespectful to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Again, these are the same simple Israelites that said, crucify him, crucify him. His blood be on our children. These are the same Israelites that killed, slain the prophets, man. And they got an answer for all that. Okay. Verse 14, for ye brethren become followers of the church of the Most High, which in Judea are in Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. And Israel's a people before a place. And every church is every brother, every church is the ones we have in each city. Like here in DC, we're a church. Okay, we got a church in Baltimore. We got a church in Jersey. We got a church in a couple churches in Pennsylvania. You got some churches here in Virginia and Southern Virginia, Richmond, down in Tidewater, the 757, and etc., man. Okay? For ye also have suffered like things of your own countrymen. Okay? And we gotta continue to suffer. And we have examples in our Bible to show forth how the beloved prophets handle those things, man. Okay? Even as they have of the Jews. Okay? Verse 15. Who both killed. Okay, listen, because this is the main point. This is to prove what I was saying. Which I could have grabbed other precepts, but I want to keep this short and sweet. 1 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 15. Who both killed the Lord Yahushua and their own prophets, and have persecuted us, and they please not the Most High, and are contrary to all men. Okay? Plain and simple, man. Self-explanatory. As I kept on saying. So these are the same Israelites back from the days of old that persecuted, got Yahushua, which it was of prophecy, but one of the Yahushua crucified. Okay? Slain their own prophets of their own nation, their own people, their own bloodline. Okay? Persecuted us left and right, and our enemies of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, and are contrary to all men because they want to do things their way. Our people are highly rebellious, disobedient, man. So it's nothing new, man. It's part of, again, the task, the lot, the position, the vocation that we are called to do in our steed, man. So I don't want Ratazah, man. I hope and I pray that this is edifying, uplifting, and informative to the true, sincere Akim wa Akwaf. So with that, I'm just going to say, Shalom. Kolo yabashim yabashah bashim kakwadash. Kolo yabashim yabashah bashim kakwadash. Kolo yabashim.